See. Okay, so we're here with Greg O'Gallagher, also known as Kinobody on YouTube. If you have not seen his stuff before, he's probably one of the OG natural fitness YouTubers. And, you know, there's a lot of speculation if he's actually natural or not, which is sort of what we're going to be getting into in this video. So do you want to give like a quick background of your history on social media, or just like, I don't know, what you're all about? Because if some people don't know, I don't know, your history on the platform, as well as kind of like what your messages that you kind of like mainly put out and how you help naturals achieve the physiques of their dreams, sort of thing. If you just want to give like a quick synopsis.
100%. So I actually jumped on YouTube really early back in, you know, like 2008. When I was 14, 15, I was very into fitness. I was working out a lot. I loved sharing my progress, sharing my workouts. So I actually had a YouTube channel called GOG9 when I was a teenager. And some of my videos were hitting like, 100,000 views. And then I shut down that channel because I was a little bit shy. I was young, and, my whole school kind of saw the YouTube channel and they started playing it in class. And I didn't love the attention back then. I was actually quite shy. And then I stopped the channel. And then at 19 years old, I restarted the channel, focusing on really teaching fitness and teaching sort of what I wanted to see in the fitness industry, which was teaching men how to look like movie stars. I had movies coming out with Christian Bale, with Ryan, Gosling, and these guys got in really good shape. And that was the kind of condition I want to aspire to, looking like I was on the movie screen, not just bulking up and getting bigger, and getting huge, not just losing weight, but having that Greek god movie star type physique. So in 2011, 2012, I started Kinobody. I started really teaching people how to get that lean, chiseled look. At the time, I was probably like 180, 185 and, 14% body fat. And it was like really my goal on like how to master, getting that chiseled look, like getting very defined. And that's when I started talking about fasting, started really pushing the idea of training, just 3 days per week, focusing on the key lifts, the key muscle groups, so on and so forth. And like ultimately just finding, the challenge, of course, has always been like getting lean. How do you make that diet so easy, so enjoyable to follow, so I can actually stick to it? Because as a, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old, I couldn't stick to any diets. I tried almost everything, tried doing small little meals, hitting the calories perfectly. And I just failed on everything. And I had to simplify it to make it really, really enjoyable. And the result was very good. I started getting leaner with my, focusing on 3 lifts, reverse period training and stuff like that. Started getting very, very strong. And, I kind of achieved a very, very good condition, especially at 24, 25. That is actually kind of a good point to reference, is that like 24, 25 was really where 24 was really where I got the steroid accusations. I sliced down to about 168, 169 pounds at 5'10". My body fat, I never did a DEXA scan at that point, but my body fat levels were very, very low. Interestingly enough, during that period, I was actually doing very, very, very low volume of training. My body, funny enough, responds well to low volume, literally 4 exercises a workout, two hard sets, sometimes 3. That's where I make crazy enough, that's where I make my best gains. And that's where the roid accusations started. At the time, I was fucking so pissed. I was getting so many steroid accusations, and I was freaking so pissed off. It affected me a lot. And then, like anyone going on YouTube, when you first start on YouTube and you get hate, it fucking pisses you off. And I just remember seeing all these videos coming up, and I was like, fuck, I wish I could just prove I'm freaking natural. I wish I could do something. And then that period, I was doing a lot of like video shoots where I'd lift 100-pound, 120-pound dumbbells. We were rushed. I wouldn't warm up. I'd do dragon flags. And I did in my program, I did a lot of heavy weighted chin-ups, and I had a very, very bad injury, elbow tendinitis. And so I literally, to the point where I couldn't even text, it would hurt. I had to do voice notes. I couldn't type, couldn't work out very well. And I did a bunch of different like sports massage therapy. And it took about 3 months to find someone that knew what the hell they're doing. And so about for 3 months, I documented this on YouTube. I did not work out. And I did lose some muscle and put on a bit of fat. Got my testosterone levels checked, was around 620. And then I did another testosterone test as I put on some muscle over the course of 3 months. And my testosterone levels were like 660. But that's sort of like the mid-20s phase. Now I'm 30.
How did you heal? What was the thing that helped your tendinitis the most from the like therapy, like you said, massage therapy, like, because that's something a lot of people deal with on like tricep push downs and stuff like that. Like, how did you get through that?
Yeah. So, and also, Martin Burkhand, he's definitely talked about this, but when guys are doing when you do a lot of texting, typing, and heavy weighted chin-ups, it's a very common occurrence. So I tried doing people told me about active release therapy. I tried doing that, did nothing for me, didn't help at all. They did some knife thing where they're scraping the arm down. It was a while ago. And then, you may have heard of, so my camera guy, Mikey Del Monte, his older brother was Vince Del Monte, and he was one of the earlier guys in the fitness scene. And then he shifted completely just to teaching business coaching. But he told me, he's like, I have this guy. He works with professional athletes. You got to see him. And the wait list was like a month. I'm like, I'm not booking it. A month is so long from now. I didn't care. And then finally Vince Del Monte just booked me. And he's like, you're booked. You're going in tomorrow. I'm like, really? And it's called MAT, muscle activation technique. And it sounds like complete bullshit. Like if someone told me this, I think it's bullshit. Basically, he tests your muscle strength. And basically if this was the arm that was injured, I couldn't straighten it down all the way. It'd be like here, I couldn't straighten it down. And they test your muscle resistance and I'd have no strength. And they do some massage techniques and then retest me and I'd be stronger again. And in one session, I felt way better. 2-3 sessions, I was completely working out again. And it was like, I did 3 months of spending $200 sessions with no improvement, not working out. And then 2 sessions, I was back to normal. Then the other thing that I had to do was I had to stop really going super heavy on weighted chin-ups. The dragon flag, which is a core exercise, looks sick, but by, the position on the hands relative to the elbows and there's some torque is just the injury waiting to happen for me. So I don't do that exercise. And then, once you get up to because a lot of guys in my program get very strong, they get up to 100-pound, 120-pound weighted chin-ups. Once you're over 100 pounds for 6 to 8 reps on weighted chins, you don't really have to keep pushing beyond it. You kind of learn with some exercises, you kind of milked everything you need out of there. You don't really need to get up to 160-pound weighted chin-ups. At that point, you have all the, the back width you most people want for that movie star look. So then doing more sternum pull-ups, going a bit lighter, pulling the chest to the bar, getting a bit more thickness, or doing some rows helps. So if you're chasing 150-pound chin-ups, it's going to cause some problems. And then the one I learned from Martin Burkhand, he did an Instagram video about this, and there's some research on it, is just doing wrist curls and doing slow negatives, bicep negatives with your arm supported, getting a slow negative, feeling that tender spot, holding it there and getting some blood flow to it. Doing that 2-3 times a week after your workout probably helps more than anything. Okay. And the last thing I found really helped, and this helped when I hurt my hand, was infrared. Doing infrared reduces inflammation and makes a big difference. If you have an infrared light, it literally doesn't work for everything, but for some of the elbow stuff and the hand stuff, made a big difference.
Oh, right on. No, that's good, because I think a lot of people deal with that chronically and just have no idea what the fuck to do other than to not work out. And I guess tricep extensions and some of those exercises are fucking ruthless when you have the tennis elbow.